Got it working. Wonderful. Okay. If you guys want to be a part of a fantasy league, a $250 prize pool, $0 buy-in. Again, $0 buy-in, $250 prize pool. DM me on Instagram. By the way, Watson or Judy, I lean towards Watson if he's fully healthy. If he's not, that's your answer there. Guys, we are going to do another fantasy football league. $250 prize pool, $0 buy-in. You heard it right. DM me on Instagram. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram, just like Carter Newman just did. Carter Newman, I am sending that link to you. If you guys want to be a part of this fantasy league, we got people from around the world. Everyone wants to be a part of it. Make sure that you hit us up. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. I'll send that link to as many people who hit me up. The league starts tomorrow, Thursday, so if you want to be a part of it, DM me on Instagram, Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. If you guys want to be a part, $250 prize pool, $0 buy-in. All you have to do is DM me on Instagram. We're going to do a couple leagues tonight, so if you don't get into this first one, don't worry about it. We're going to do plenty of them. Make sure you guys hit me up, DM me on Instagram. I'll get back to answering your questions in a second. We're filling up this league right now. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Trade Garrett Wilson for Lockett and Gabe Davis. Yes, I would. Cameron, yes, I would. The moment we fill up all 10 slots in this league, we will draft. Once we draft, we'll start another league. So, as many of you who want to be a part of this league as possible, sending out the link right now. Go claim your team right now, though. They fill up very fast. Fill up very fast. Just Blake 1. I would start... It's a great question. I think I still start Garrett Wilson just barely. I don't feel good about that, though. Jake, trade Kyron Puka for Cup and JT. High risk play. I think it's a good one. Jake, I think it's kind of an interesting move. Kyle, Daniel Jones, or Anthony Richardson. It'd be Anthony Richardson. My only concern is he healthy enough to go after that concussion? That said, I do like him a lot more than I like Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is about to be a lamb put out in front of the Lions. He better watch out. No Saquon Barkley. His left tackle is gone. Andrew Thomas is gone, injured. So, really concerned about that for him. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. I'm sending the link to as many of you who want to be a part of it. Sending that link. Make sure you guys sign up for that league. It's going to go fast. Only 4 spots left. Only 4 spots left. Let's answer some questions. Should I trade Godwin and Jones for Swift and Ridley? I think it's a good trade. I like it, Jordan. I would do it. Zay Ramos, Fields or Lawrence this week? Zay Ramos, definitely Trevor Lawrence. Definitely Trevor Lawrence. Richard Diamond, Jerome Ford, Pickens, or Zay Flowers. This week, I'm going with Zay Flowers this week. Pickens a close 2, but Zay Flowers would be number 1. Nick Wilmer, who wins the trade? St. Brown, Addison for Pollard and Gabe Davis. Believe it or not, I think it's going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown and Addison. I love Tony Pollard. Gabe Davis is so hot and cold with me. Sometimes he has a great week, sometimes he has a bad week. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe. We are live every single day. Ant Can, is Amon-Ra going to play? I think so. Jack Bullion. Jack Bullion, I go Ford. Ford over Hunt. A lot of you may ask that question. I'd go Jerome Ford over Kareem Hunt this week. But keep in mind, for Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt owners, the Tennessee Titans, very good against the run. Very good against the run. Should I trade DK Metcalf and Brian Robinson for Jamar Chase? No, I think you're giving up too much value. ML, I think you're giving up too much value. Jack, Algier or Ford at the flex? Jack, I'd lean towards Algier. Algier has the better matchup this week. I'd lean towards Algier. Appreciate you guys being with us. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. We're live every single day on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. We have just 1 spot left for this fantasy football league. 1 spot left. So if you want to be a part of it, sending out the link right now. If you don't get in the league, don't worry. We're going to do a couple of them tonight. So don't worry. I'm going to send out the link right now. Couple of spots left. Only 1 spot left. If you guys haven't gotten in, I'll send it out. If you don't get into this one, don't worry. We will do more later tonight. So plenty of opportunities to be a part of a fantasy football league competing against us. We just filled up that spot. I'm going to set the order right now. Randomizing that draft order. Saved. Settings. 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to set the draft time to 5:20. But we're actually going to draft right now, everybody. The moment we're going to open up this draft room, we're drafting right now. So if you're a part of this draft, Brecken, you better get ready. We're going to draft. I'll get back to answering your questions. Will Hunt be the starter? No. Ford is the starter. Ford is the starter. We're going to start this draft. Speaking of starter, right now, everybody, we are underway in this draft. This draft is underway. No, balls deep. Ford will be the starter. Collins or Cooper? Hugo, I lean towards Amari Cooper. I do lean towards Amari Cooper. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Fields or Love? Caleb, I'm going to lean slightly towards Fields. Don't feel great about it. I just think Love actually has a tougher matchup than you'd think against the Saints. Nicholas, James Cook for DK. Who wins? DK Metcalf, Nicholas. Jackson, I'm so tempted to start Puka over Amon-Ra St. Brown. Maybe the injury will then kind of lead you to that decision. Travis, would you trade JT for Mixon and Mostert? Yes, I would. Puka or Higgins? Zachy boy, it's all about if Joe Burrows plays. I think him playing means Higgins. So because both play Monday night, you'll have plenty of time to pick. Vault boy Zealot, pick 2. I would start Kirk and I would start Sutton. Sorry, you jumped on me. You jumped on me. I pick London and Kirk. Vault boy Zealot, I pick London and Kirk. Stafford or Watson? Ray, I'd go with Matt Stafford this week. Let me take that back. Ray, I'd go Deshaun Watson. Ray, I'd go Deshaun Watson. I take that back. Ray, I'd go Deshaun Watson. He's got the more favorable matchup from a passing standpoint. From a running standpoint, he doesn't. So the fact that Nick Chubb isn't there might actually, I hate saying it, it doesn't mean it'll be better, but he's going to be forced to pass, and he just happens to be facing a bad pass defense. Who do I start? Judy, Flowers, Tutu. Dominique, I'd start Flowers. I'd start Zay Flowers. User 62, I'd also start Flowers. User 6245, I'd also start Flowers. Tavi Baby, I'd start Mike Williams. Tavi Baby 23, I'd start Mike Williams. Answering all of your questions no matter the platform. Dante Williams, great to see you. Saw you were at that Houston game. I know they're struggling a little bit against the Orioles. What's the score, Dante? Let us know. He's live at Minute Maid Park. Great that you're watching the show from there. Let everyone know about Butt Fumble Sports. I'm counting on you, Dante. Enjoy that game. Appreciate you guys being with us. We're doing our fantasy draft live on the screen if you're watching on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, or Kick. Otherwise, on TikTok, you can just hear what we're talking about. A.J. Brown going to have a good week. Yes, he will. Zachy boy, yes, he will. Jerome Ford or Najee, who wins? CB, it's very close. I probably lean towards Jerome Ford. I'm just out on Najee right now. Cyclops Daddy, should I pick up Gibbs and drop Williams? Absolutely. Cyclops Daddy, absolutely. Jessica Gray, sit Madison. Jessica Gray, sit Madison. That's the one you want to be sitting. Etienne or Gibbs? Hal, I lean towards Etienne. I would rather start Etienne this week. Even, I think it's very close. Jacob, should I start Waddle or should I trade Waddle for Kenneth Walker? I'd rather have Waddle. I understand the Chubb injury. If you really need the running back, I get it. I just don't like giving up Waddle. Trevor Lawrence is my QB. Should I trade Keenan Allen for Ridley? I wouldn't. I'm not as big on stacking as other people are. Keenan Allen's got great value. You're already getting a lot of points from Ridley from Trevor Lawrence. Why do you need to stack? I think I'd rather have Keenan Allen overall. Appreciate you guys being with us. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you're hitting that follow button every single day. We are live every day. Coop, I'd go with Zach Moss. Coop, I'd go with Zach Moss. Season long, though, looking to trade. Should I start Stroud or Daniel Jones or pick someone up off the waiver wire? Stroud's put up a lot of stats. I'm not hating on it. I think you probably should pick someone up off the waiver wire, but CJ Stroud as a backup isn't terrible. Brecken, Devontae Smith, or Wilson? I'd go Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith could have a very big week against the Bucs. Lockett or Jerome Ford? Evan TM, I'd go Lockett. Sam Mancini, Josh Jacobs, or Rachaad White for the rest of the season. Still Josh Jacobs, Sam. Still Josh Jacobs. Hunter, trade Mostert and London for Olave and Gus Edwards. I'd rather have Olave and Gus Edwards, I think. It's very close. Zach Moss or Kyron Williams. Coop, I answered that one for you. It's Zach Moss, buddy. Zach Moss. Oh, that's going to happen because I'm... Okay, we're back. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Let me get the background back up. I want to say thank you to our sponsor, SHARPZ. If you guys haven't done so, make sure you DM me on Instagram, ButtFumble Sports on Instagram. If you want to get my bets every single day, they're all on the SHARPZ app. I put in a bunch for NFL Week 3. If you guys haven't followed me already, make sure you hit that follow button. That way you never miss our show. And of course, you're going to get all of our picks every single day. So make sure you hit that follow button, everybody. Trevor Lawrence or Jackson. It's very close, Breyer. I like both. I'm probably leaning towards Trevor Lawrence just barely. Trade Goff for Fields. No. Beast mode. No, 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 no. Trade Puka for Mike Evans. It's not a bad idea, Brondith. It's not a bad one. Henry or Kyron Williams. Definitely Derrick Henry. Had Chubb and Monty got hurt. I have Laporta and Andrews. What trade should I make? Brutal. I think you're going to the waiver wire more than trades. Everyone's hurting on at the running back position. Everybody's struggling. So it's going to be really hard for you to be able to find somebody right now. I think that's just going to be devastatingly hard. Simply because there are so many running backs hurt. Austin Eckler is out. Saquon Barkley is out. So it's not like you're just going to be able to very quickly find someone in a trade. I think everyone's scrambling for the waiver wire. Is Dalvin Cook droppable? Yes, but again, you may be a little cautious now. Okay, one more. Kyron Williams or Pittman at the flex. Coop, I'd go Pittman. Tua or Herbert, easy one for me. I'm going Justin Herbert this week. Think he could have a massive game. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button. We're live every single day. Hit that follow button. What's up, IP Shade 45? Appreciate you being a part of the show. Great to have so many of you loyal viewers every day watching us. Gorman R025. Richardson or Dak? I definitely go Dak this week. Gorman, I'd go Dak this week. Appreciate you, IP Shade 45. Having a lot of fun talking sports with you guys. If you guys have questions, fire away. Here to help you guys out. We do have a couple moderators now in the show. By the way, make sure you hit that subscribe button. No matter where you're watching, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you want to be a moderator, if you want your question answered faster, it's one way to do it. Austin, I'd go Brian Robinson. Casey, I'd go Brock Purdy. Eli, I'd go Nico Collins. Gabe, I'd go Mike Evans. Just Bongwater, I'd go DJ Moore, just barely. Your dad, I'd rather have AJ... Oh, your dad, that's so close. I think I'd rather have Puka and Pollard, maybe. That's so close. Your dad asks a great question. Very close on that. I'm going to lean slightly, I think, towards... I think Puka and Pollard is probably more valuable, actually, because I think the quarterback position you can replace more easily. Ryan Gorman answered your question over there on YouTube. I said Dak. Or Twitch, rather. Twitch. Cyclops Daddy, if you want to join a league and compete against ButtFumble Sports, just DM us on Instagram. We will do another league after this one, so just DM us on Instagram if you guys want to be a part of another league and compete against ButtFumble Sports. I got a pick to make right now, speaking of just that. I have 2 wide receivers. I've got a quarterback. But I really don't like what I have right now. I got to get a running back. I don't like this draft at all. I'm having a bad draft. Brecken, is there any way to leave the fantasy league? I didn't see that. Brecken, you're just gonna have to make a scramble move. Sorry. Should I should I start Zach Moss or Kenneth Walker? I'm leaning towards Kenneth Walker right now, but Zach Moss has a lot of upside this week. Matt Solzman. All right, I'm actually gonna take off the moderators for the moment. Moderators, just stop for the moment. Stop doing what you're doing. It's throwing me off now. So moderators, don't do that anymore. Eli, I would go with Zach Moss. Cam, should I trade Ford and Pickens for Mike Williams and Nico Collins? I would go with Mike Williams and Nico Collins. Jeff, should I trade Breece Hall for A.J. Brown? Yes, I'd rather have A.J. Brown. Beast Mode, I think you're giving up too much. Beast Mode, you're giving up too much. VSCO Vibes, Najee or Madison and Zay Flowers or A.J. Brown. I'd rather start A.J. Brown. Which side? VSCO, are you asking me about 2 trades in one question? I prefer A.J. Brown this week. I'm just going to answer the question the way I want to. A.J. Brown is a start this week. Najee's better than Madison this week. Appreciate all you guys being with us. Dan, Dalvin Cook, DJ Moore, or Addison start 1. I'd start Addison this week. Dan, I'd start Addison. We are doing a fantasy football league right now. If you guys want to be a part of it, just DM me on Instagram, Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. Blake, Damian Pierce and Evans for Debo and Brian Robinson. Very fair trade, but I like the Debo and Brian Robinson side. Debo and Brian Robinson. Purdy or Fields. Joshua, I'd rather have Purdy this week starting. Purdy this week. Richie, I like Pittman. I do like Pittman for Hall. Rob, great to see you. Welcome into the show. Appreciate you being with us, man. So great to have so many loyal viewers that watch us every single day. If you guys don't, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe. We are live every single day. Dalvin Cook. Oh, we answered that one. Zachy boy, I got you. Brecken, you're able to switch back between the two. Brecken, I don't know what you're doing here. I'm getting distracted from other people. Juanito Sandoval, I'd go Deshaun Watson. Juanito, I'd go Deshaun Watson. No God, only Joe. Trade Scary Terry and Jerry Jeudy and Jacobs for A.J. Brown. I'd still do that deal. I think you're giving up way too much. But I like the trade because I like the 2 players you're getting. Oscar Vasquez, should I trade Kyron Williams and Mike Williams for Chase and James Cook? Yes. Oscar, I would do that deal. Should I, Jay Lopedog, Lions, -3 at home against the Falcons. Personally, I don't like the 3. I'd rather get the hook in my favor, so 2.5 would be the play for me. Should I start Breece Hall or Rachaad White this week? Mid-J, I think I start Breece Hall. It's very close. I just don't like the defensive front going up against the defensive front of the Eagles. Appreciate all of you being with us. Make sure you hit that follow button, everybody. Brecken, you got it. I knew you did. Thanks, Rob. Gabe, Jamar Chase and David Montgomery for Garrett Wilson and Saquon. I'd rather have Chase and Montgomery. Injuries, no injuries. I'd rather have Chase and Montgomery. Matt Salzman, does Breida, Lions' new running back or Saints starter, have any value? If you're talking about Lions' new running back, Jahmyr Gibbs, he has enormous value. Breida might be get you a few points this week, but I hate the matchup. I think it might be better next week, depending on what it is. Saints starter, that might be the one with the most. Tony, he actually might have the most value of any of the, of Breida or him. Hey guys, let's not have the moderators anymore. No more moderators, okay guys? So if you've been moderating, appreciate you very, very much, but I'm just going to answer them myself for now because it's been a little complicated to be able to answer them. Abraham, Mostert or Stevenson? Abraham, I'd go Stevenson. Conman, should I trade Chase and Gibbs for McCaffrey? Ooh, yes, I would. Lot of risk if McCaffrey goes down with the injury, but I do like it. Appreciate all of you being with us. Hit that follow button if you haven't already. Hit that follow button, everybody. We are live every single day. Mike Crowley, I'd go with Flowers. Mark Gonzalez, drop Reynolds for Pacheco. You got to be careful. Pacheco is got an injury, so he might be in doubt for this week. So I'm not sure if I'd make that move just yet. A little bit of risk there. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the follow button. That way you never miss our show. Hit that follow button, everybody. That way you know every time we're live. Swift and Atwell for Barkley. I would do that trade. Obviously you're not getting the value now. Marvis, do I think Christian McCaffrey goes over 75 yards? Let's check it out. We're going to shift on over to Outlier right now. If you're watching on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, or Kick, we are doing a quick Christian McCaffrey player prop bet. Diving into that. Christian McCaffrey, and we were looking at his total rushing yards. Total rushing yards for Christian McCaffrey. It's set right now at 77.5. The over has the better implied probability, and this has been a very good ticket. Let's look at it at home specifically. At home, not as good. Not as good. I do think there's a little bit of risk, this being on an early game. Maybe they don't give him as many touches. I'm on the fence about it. I think it's probably a bet worth making, but the fact that it's not as good at home does make me a little cautious. Luke, should I trade Devontae Smith and Deontay Johnson for Jamar Chase? I don't know. I actually think the answer is yes. I think there's value in Chase, but actually Devontae Smith might end up putting up almost enough points to make it worth your while. I don't know if you're getting enough out of that deal anymore. Mr. Clean, should I trade Garrett Wilson and Zach Moss for A.J. Brown and Jamal Williams? Yeah, because I like A.J. Brown. Any way you can get A.J. Brown, I'd do it. Appreciate all of you being with us. If you have a question on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, fire away with those questions, everybody. Here to answer all of them. Here to answer all of your questions. So fire away. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick like Jay, I'd go Zay Flowers, Jay. Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers would be the play for me. Cyclops Daddy DM'd me. Yeah, sorry, we don't do it on TikTok. We don't answer DMs on TikTok. Mail, should I trade Deebo Samuel and Waller for Breece Hall and Njoku and Wilson? I'd rather have Samuel and Waller, I think. So yes, I would do that deal. Mail, REUX. Appreciate all of you being with us. No matter the platform, we are on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick every single day. Make sure you hit that follow button. That way you never miss our show. We are live every single day answering your fantasy questions, your sports betting questions, hopefully giving you guys a lot of good advice to be able to cash in. If you guys ever miss our show, it's always up on YouTube. We post our show every single day. So if you ever miss our show, you never have to worry. We're live every single day answering your fantasy questions, helping you out with your sports bets, giving you all the advice that you need. I like to think of myself as your personal corner man for the fantasy football season, going round by round, helping you out, helping you cash tickets. Ricky just traded Kyron and Nico Collins for Waddle. Ricky, I love that deal. I love that deal, Ricky. Great job. Yam J, I'd rather have Lockett this week, just barely. I think I'd rather go with Lockett. Very close, though. IP Shade 45, I just thought there were so few viewers, I thought we could restart and get some more. J Lope Dog, Commanders, plus 6.5 at home versus the Bills. Very close. I don't feel great about it right now. I actually am. If I were going to do it, J Lope Dog, make sure you buy the 1.5. Make sure you buy a 1.5. Get that at 8, even 8.5. Still a good deal. That's definitely what I would do. Zay Flowers or Zach Moss? I'd go Zay Flowers. Diego, pick 3. Diego, I'd go with Lamb. I'd go with Pickens. And I'll lean towards Olave for now, Diego. It's very close between Sky Moore and Olave. Matty Pups, great to see you. Do I trade Brian Robinson and Mike Evans for Kamara, Ridley, Kirk, and Watson? Absolutely. Oh my goodness, absolutely I'd do that deal. Should I trade DeGuy? DeGuy asks, should I trade Gibbs and DJ Moore for A.J. Brown and Miles Sanders. I'm going to go Gibbs and DJ Moore, I think, on that one. Very close. I really like A.J. Brown, but it's very close. Triggs, Cooper Kupp for Kirk and Algier. I get the Kirk side. I like the trade overall. I think it's a good one only because Algier's shown you enough. Did Bears DC do something illegal? Not that I've seen. All I know is their OC's doing something illegal because he's screwing up Justin Fields. Fishstick 15. Mahomes or Rodgers? Mahomes. The true Dilly. I traded Swift for Kupp. A W? I mean, it's hard to say right now which kind of Cooper Kupp are we getting back. I love the Puka production for what it means for Cooper Kupp. It means they're going to target him a ton. Nick, trade Godwin and Hunt for Waddle. Nick, I think it's a good trade, yes. Really, because we don't know Hunt's value, so if you're just flipping him and using him as trade bait, I think it's a great deal. CJ, trade Wilson, Bourne, and Algier for Stevenson and Pittman. I like the deal, CJ. I think that's a good one. A couple of you guys coming up with some good trades. Blaine, Laporta for Scary Terry. If you already have a tight end, I do like it just because I think Sam Howell's showing you just enough to believe in him, at least throwing the ball to Scary Terry, who's so talented. Magneto, Gojo, thanks so much for sharing. You shared us with 5 more friends. You're awesome. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you share the channel. Let others know about Butt Fumble Sports. We're live every single day answering fantasy football questions, sports betting questions, everything that you guys need to cash in every single day on good sports advice. Make sure you let others know about it. Go be a mensch. Braden, I'd go Joe Mixon. Snill, Brown, Waller for Wilson, White, Freiermuth. Who wins the trade? Brown and Waller. Snill, Brown, and Waller win the trade. Christian Vasquez, I totally agree with you. I feel the same way. I'm worried about Jair Alexander locking down Olave, so I'll lean towards Zay Flowers. Mavi Poo, I like the deal. Calvin Jones, I'd go Zay Flowers. User 9245, Etienne and Sanders for Eckler. I like the deal overall. I think it's a good move. I just understand that you might be without Eckler an extra week, but I think this is a good one. Appreciate you guys being with us. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the follow button. I am live every day. There will not be one day of 2023 when I am not live answering your questions, helping you out with your sports bets. So make sure, guys, you hit that follow button. That way you never miss our show, our videos, our advice. Obviously, we are always here for you guys, but make sure you hit that follow button. That way you never miss a thing here at Butt Fumble Sports. Anthony, I lean slightly towards Zay Flowers, Anthony, but it's very close. Anthony, I go Flowers over Pickens, but it's close. Richie, should I trade Chase and Hall for Pittman, White, and James Conner? No, I wouldn't do that. Richie, I wouldn't do that. Chris Tran, it's all about if Joe Burrow plays. If Joe Burrow plays, I'm sticking with T. Higgins. Alex Sanborn, in a dynasty rebuild, I traded Pat Freiermuth and Brian Robinson for Laporta in a second-round pick. If you're already in tank mode, I get it. T.R. Howell traded Algier and Myers for Javonte and Hopkins. Did I win? No, I'd rather have Algier and Myers, believe it or not. Isaac, trade Waddle and Amari Cooper for Taylor, Kamara, and Hopkins. I'd rather have Waddle and Amari Cooper, Isaac. Waddle and Amari Cooper were the plays for me. Joshua Beck, is Kareem Hunt a worthwhile pickup? Yes, there aren't that many good running backs out there. He's certainly someone to try and take advantage of if he's able to deliver anything. Should I trade Kenneth Walker, Sam Laporta, and Nico Collins for Kyron and Hawkinson? No, actually. Omar, I think you're giving up a little bit too much, actually. I wouldn't do that deal. TC Carr, bench Pitts. Funny enough, I think he's going to have a great game this week because he's got a good matchup. But of course, Pitts is the hardest player to predict. There's always one player that's kind of hard for us to understand how they're going to perform. In baseball this year, it was Pete Alonso. Every time I bet Pete Alonso, he'd go 0 for 5. Every time I don't bet him, he hits a home run. Kyle Pitts is that for me in football. If you don't play him, he's going to have a 12-point, 15-point game. You do play him, he goes for 2.5 points. It's just kind of how it goes, it feels like sometimes. D. Screef. Should I start Lockett or Addison this week? I'd go with Addison. I'd go Addison. Jake Sincata. Great to see you, Jake. Should I trade Puka for Kyren Williams? No, I actually think Puka might have greater value. I'm not as high on Kyren Williams. It's a big toss-up for me. If Cooper Kupp gets hurt again, Puka's value goes through the roof. So right now, I'm a little bit on the fence between the two. But as they say in business, that's a very attractive question. That's a very good-looking question. Ivan, pick up Tank Dell or Gabe Davis. I actually lean towards Gabe Davis just slightly, not just for this week, but for the long term. Tank Dell is going to have his weeks where he goes off, but Gabe Davis might be better throughout the season. Magneto, thanks so much. Appreciate your support. Snowman, no. Nope, Snowman, don't do that deal. Don't do that deal. LeBrant, I'd go, LeBrant. I think I lean, between Bijan and CeeDee Lamb. I love both of them this week. I'll lean towards CeeDee Lamb, but it is very close, LeBrant. The only reason that I'm going with CeeDee Lamb, not just because it's the Cardinals, but because Bijan will be splitting touches with Tyler Algier. I think both are decent plays this week. So I lean towards CeeDee Lamb, actually, just because he's going to get all the opportunities. Braden, I'd go with Addison and Kirk. Braden, I'd go with Addison and Kirk. Diego, I'd go Bijan, Pacheco, and Gibbs. But be careful, Pacheco is on the injury report. For now, though, Bijan, Pacheco, and Gibbs would be the players that I go with. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit that follow button. We are live every single day answering your fantasy football questions, your sports betting questions, here to help you guys out. Should I trade Arian Foster for Lynch? Okay. I'm gonna... Boop. Boop. See ya. Because I ain't here to waste time. Joe Ross. Very close. Joe Ross. I'm going to lean towards... It's so tough because I can see Kittle getting a touchdown tomorrow night. I'm going to lean towards Goddard, Joe. I'm going to lean towards Goddard. It's a good matchup. And it's very close. I'm very close on this, Joe. It's a toss-up. I like Kittle to get a touchdown. I like Goddard to get more targets. It's very close. Your dad, A.J. Brown and Hurts for Puka and Pollard. I'd rather have Brown and Hurts. Mateen, I'd go Henry. I lean towards Henry. I know it's very close, but Henry's a more important part of the Patriots offense. Xander, should I trade Chase, Stevenson, and Kittle for Kupp, Puka, Gibbs, and Mark Andrews? I'd rather have Chase, Stevenson, and Kittle, I think. It's close. Man, it's close. It depends what Cooper Kupp becomes. Very close, though. Lev Brown, is Puka still going to be relevant after Cooper Kupp comes back? Not nearly as relevant. I think he'll get targets. I don't know how many, though. His production will be cut in half. The Benjamin Cure Show. PPR, I have Jahmyr Gibbs. Would you trade him for Waddle? Yes, I would. I would trade him for Waddle. Just because we've seen when David Montgomery is healthy, it is split touch city in Detroit. German, should I trade Eckler for Waddle and Javonte Williams? Oof. Eckler's more valuable. Eckler's still more valuable. I want something better than Javonte Williams. Watson or Cousins? Michael, you got to go Cousins this week. Cousins going to have a huge, huge week. Cody, I drop Cook. Only because I think he has no value this week against the Patriots. And he'll be available in a week if you want to pick him back up. My thoughts on Ford. I really like what I saw from him on Monday night. A lot of good speed. He could be a really good influence on that Browns offense overall. That said, I hate his matchup this week against the Tennessee Titans. Hate the matchup this week against the Tennessee Titans. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that follow button. That way you never miss a show. We are live every single day. Sean, NY. Should I trade Andrews for an RB? If you have Laporta, yes. If you have Laporta, yes, I'd be okay with it. DeAndre Swift, we love him this week. Could have a really good week against the Bucs. Rihanna, Mike Evans, Drake London, or Gainwell. I would go with Drake London this week. I like the matchup that he has this week against the Lions, so I'm going to go in that direction. Appreciate you guys supporting the show. Stevenson for ETN. I like ETN a little bit more maybe, only because ETN hasn't popped. Haven't seen enough from him, and there are actually more mouths to feed in that passing game of the Jaguars. Ramondre Stevenson is incredibly important to the New England Patriots. So I'm going to lean in that direction, at least for now. But it is, when I say it's close, it is very close. A.J. Dillon or Hunt? I'd go A.J. Dillon. Posty Jr., I'd go A.J. Dillon. How do you value Swift? I think right now he's a fringe RB2 flex play. But if he continues to shift into that running back one position, for the Eagles, I'll shift him up to an RB2 in fantasy football. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. If you have not been a part of a fantasy football league yet with Butt Fumble Sports, DM me right now on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports is doing another fantasy league. $250 prize pool. $0 buy-in. Make sure you hit us up right now. You heard that correct. $250 prize pool. $0 buy-in. If you didn't get to be in the last league, I will send it to you now. If you didn't get in the last league, we're certainly going to try and get you involved in this one. $250 prize pool, $0 buy-in. All you have to do is DM me on Instagram. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, just DM me on Instagram. Duffy, I'd go Amon-Ra St. Brown if he's healthy. Otherwise, Zay Flowers. Jake, you just got a link. Josh, you just got a link. B. Henry. I do like that trade, B. Henry. I do like that trade. Hockey Junkie. I'd go with... Oh, I love that deal. I would make that deal. Hockey Junkie, I would do that deal. Absolutely. Again, if you guys want to be a part of this fantasy football league, just DM me on Instagram right now. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. That's how you can get a link to this league. The moment we fill it up, we'll draft. We always are doing leagues to make sure you guys aren't just feeling like you're 0-2 and the world is crashing down on you. No, we want to give you guys as many opportunities to play fantasy as possible. Thanks to Rival Fantasy, we do that even in Week 3. Colton D. Should I trade Mike Williams for Dotson and Najee? No, Colton D. No. Michael, Walker, or Godwin? This week, I'd go Walker. Michael, this week, I'd go Walker. Just barely. Danny 7NL. Christian Kirk or Zach Moss? Danny, it's very close. I'm going to lean towards Christian Kirk for the moment. It's very close, but I'm going to lean towards Christian Kirk. Again, if you want to be a part of this fantasy league, just DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Seth asks, trade Jacobs for Cook and T. Higgins. I'd be okay with it, Seth. Yes, I'd be okay with it. Kang, TTV. Hey, man, is Christian Watson too valuable for a trade for Jalen Warren? Yes. Kang, TT, your instinct's right on that. Vlad K, should I trade Deebo Samuel Waller for Hall and Njoku and Garrett Wilson? I'd rather have Samuel and Waller. Deebo and Waller. Parker Bledsoe, start 2. Parker Bledsoe, I would start Robinson and Mixon. Parker Bledsoe. Again, if you guys want to be a part of this fantasy football league, just DM me on Instagram right now. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Just DM me right now. I'll share the link with you guys. And you guys can get in on this fantasy league. $250 prize pool, $0 buy-in. $250 prize pool, $0 buy-in. Thanks to Rival Fantasy. Again, once we get the league underway, I will get back to answering all of your questions because that's why I'm here. Answering your fantasy questions, helping you guys out with your sports bets. If you need help with your NFL Week 3 bets, we did very well last week. So if you guys want help with that, with your sports bets as well, we're certainly here for that. Yankee Man. I think you're giving up maybe a little bit too much. I like Godwin, but I think Mostert and Moore have a lot of upside remaining the rest of the season. Shane Usher, thank you so much. Jav Lou, Ridley for... I'd rather have Calvin Ridley, I think. Very close, though, because I love Brian Robinson. Manny. Manny, I'd go with Pierce this week. I think he bounces back. Eli, I'd go with Addison. Eli, question mark, I'd go with Addison. Appreciate all those who are with us. Guys, I love that you guys want to ask me questions on Instagram right now, but I'm only sending the link on Instagram. Don't think you're going to jump the line just by doing that. Hunter, I'd go with James. Oh man, Hunter, it's really tough. Hunter, I might go Jerome Ford this week. Hunter, I might go Jerome Ford. Cam, sit one. Diggs, Puka, or Devontae. Cam, I'm going to lean towards Puka. I just don't know if he can replicate his first 2 weeks, but it's close. User 4542. I go Pacheco as long as he's healthy. They're both on the injury report, so got to just be a little cautious. But for now, I lean towards Pacheco. Only 2 spots left in this league, everybody. If you guys want to be a part of it, if you want one of these last 2 spots, just DM me on Instagram right now. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Ren Dub, I'd go Brian Robinson. Ren Dub 2332, I'd go Robinson. Jorge, I love A.J. Brown this week. Could get a touchdown, could have a big game. Josh Waldrip, thoughts on this trade? Henry and Puka for Tyreek Hill? If you're getting Hill, I don't hate it. Josh, I think it's a good deal, actually. Peyton, did you see Hunt got signed by the Browns? Yes, we did. We're on top of it. Only 1 spot left for this league, everybody. 1 spot left for this league. If you want to be a part of this fantasy football league, you better DM me now. Only 1 spot left. Jared Sanders, I'd go Brock Purdy. Jared Sanders, I'd go Brock Purdy. Hojo, I'd go Calvin Ridley just because Waddle's hurt. It's close between Ridley and Etienne. It's very close, but I'll go Ridley for now. Jenny, I'd go Lamar Jackson. Jenny, I'd go Lamar Jackson. Thanks so much for your question. Awesome to have all of you guys joining us. We have such an amazing community here. If you guys aren't already following Butt Fumble Sports, make sure you do so. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. That way you never miss our show. We are live every single day. There is not a day of 2023 when I will not be live. By the way, we have filled up all 10 spots, everybody, for this league. So, setting it to a 30-second per pick, randomizing the draft order, and we are going to get this draft underway right now, everybody. We are going to start this draft right now. So, for those who join this fantasy league, we are opening the draft room, and we are starting right now, everyone. Here we go. Underway. Cade Ball, trade Pickett and Pacheco for Warren and Richardson. I kind of like it. I think Pacheco's the most valuable player, though. That's the only problem. I think Pacheco is ultimately the most valuable player. User 8198, I'd go Michael Thomas. User 8198, I'd go Michael Thomas. I think Chris Olave could be covered by Jair Alexander and actually could open up some things for Michael Thomas, just like him barely over Godwin. Joe, traded away Dak and Dalton Schultz for Justin Fields. Did I lose? Yes. I think you did. Ultimately, and here's the reason why. Dak is playing more conservatively. Justin Fields isn't playing well at all. So right now, I feel like they're an even trade, almost on their own. Adding in Dalton Schultz means you definitely lost. Madison or Mostert, and why? Victor, I'd go Mostert. I don't like the matchup for Madison. And once again, just like last week, I think the opposing defense, in this case the Broncos, is going to be focused on stopping the passing game of the Dolphins. That will open up the running game. Mostert benefits from it. Johnny, I'm going to lean towards A.J. Brown. Johnny, I love both of them, Brown and Addison this week, but I'll lean towards A.J. Brown. He has a great matchup. I'll lean towards him, but I really like both of them if you can start both. Dylan, Danny Dimes or Fields. Dylan, on this one, I'll go Justin Fields just because Danny Dimes, short week, no Saquon, 49ers defense. 3 strikes, you're out on that one. Should I trade Cooper Kupp for Henry? Derrick Henry? Yes. Yes, I would do that. Yes. Christian Watson for Pacheco? If you need the running back, I do like it. Pacheco is a good running back to pick up right now. His value isn't too high. Dylan, Nico Collins or Jordan Addison? Dylan, I'd go Jordan Addison. Dylan, I'd go Jordan Addison. And I'd go Brian Robinson. Dylan and Brian Robinson. Baby Santa, what's good? Baby Santa, would you trade Kyron Williams and Mike Williams for CeeDee Lamb? Yes. Baby Santa, I love the trade. Baby Santa, good deal. KW1 Cheater, Kelly or Ford? Brutal question. Both have terrible matchups when it comes to run defense. I'll lean slightly towards Kelly because what he could do in the passing game, but I don't feel good about it. Both have very tough matchups in the running game. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Joshua Kelly. Phil, Waller or Hunter Henry? I'm going to go with Hunter Henry just barely. Waller has had a great start to the year, but I'm a little bit worried going up against that 49ers defense. Kevin, should I trade A.J. Brown? Need a good starting running back. He is certainly trade bait for a good running back. R. Frosh, I'd go Goff. R. Frosh, I'd go Goff. Thanks so much, Braden, for getting us up close to our live goal. We're so close to getting there. So appreciate you supporting the show. Luis, I'd go Pacheco if he's healthy. Pacheco if he's healthy. Very close. Just hit our live goal, everybody. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show every single day. It is so wonderful to have you as a part of this amazing community of sports fans. We talk sports every day here on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Never miss a show. We're live every day. Brecken, will Eckler play? I don't feel good about it. All signs kind of point in the bad direction for me. Ant, pick one. Addison, Godwin, or Williams. I'm going to lean slightly towards Addison this week, just barely. Chicken, trade Lamar, Miles, Connor for Henry, and Watson. I'd rather have the Henry and Watson side. So yes, Henry and Watson's a good deal. Laporta, Kmet, or Waller. Jay, I'm either going Waller or Laporta. It's very close. Kind of on the fence on it. Sarah Williamson. Pick two. Kyron Williams, Madison, Ramondre Stevenson. Yuck. I'll go with Stevenson and I'll go Kyron Williams. Williams and Stevenson. Sarah Williamson. Conman, trade Jamar Chase for Hall and Amon-Ra St. Brown? No. I'd rather have Jamar Chase, I think. Thoughts on Brock Purdy, and we think he leads the 49ers to the Super Bowl? It is certainly looking that way. Eagles or 49ers or Cowboys, all three teams look amazing right now. Here's the only concern I have about the 49ers. Can they stay healthy? Can they stay healthy? It's a big question mark for me, simply because Christian McCaffrey does not have a good history. So, definitely something to be a little bit concerned about. But overall, the NFC is super top heavy. The AFC has great parity. I'm excited to see how everything plays out. Ryan, I'd go Mike Williams. Ryan Asan, I'd go Mike Williams. User, as asking, start two. If Aaron Jones is healthy, it's Aaron Jones, but there's some risk there. User, I would go Rashad White and Kareem Hunt, but I don't like it at all. Really, I want to say Jones and White probably, but really I don't like the matchups that you have right now. I really just don't like what you're putting out there. Jaron Taylor, I would go with, is that Marquise Goodwin? I'd go with Moss if it's Marquise Goodwin. If it's Godwin, I'd go Godwin. GS, would you trade Pittman Jr. and Najee for Jonathan Taylor? No. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. User, Dak or Purdy? User, I'm going to lean slightly towards Purdy, I think. It's very close, though, User. Either one's going to go off. Both are going to go off. Omar Lopez, would you trade Mixon for D-Hop? No, I wouldn't. Who could I trade for Mixon and D-Hop? Upgrade at running back, maybe? Ramondre Stevenson? Artan 517. Smith and Najee for Jones and Michael Thomas. I'd rather have Jones and Michael Thomas. Artan, Jones and Michael Thomas. Kansas City defense or the Baltimore defense? Great question. I think I go Kansas City defense. Justin Fields looks like a mess. You know that Chris Jones is going to be in that backfield all day. They're going to apply a lot of pressure. I think that you could easily see that Justin Fields poop his pants on the field. Zach, what running back should I target for Dobbs or Jackson Smith and Jigba? Again, you're probably not, like maybe Tyler Algier. Maybe not what you want to hear, but that might be a good pickup. Brody, Goddard, or Laporta? Very close for me. I'm going to lean slightly towards Laporta, I think. Very close. Najee or Warren? I'm going to go with Ty Warren. I think he's going to get more opportunities. He's got the speed, and that's what the NFL is about today. I've been offered Bijan for Amon-Ra St. Brown and David Montgomery. I don't like it right now. Bijan's too valuable. If David Montgomery were healthy, I'd like it more. But the fact that David Montgomery is going to miss some time, no, don't like it. All of a sudden, you're trading Bijan for Amon-Ra St. Brown straight up. Shane Usher, I'd go Ramondre Stevenson. Shane Usher, I'd go Ramondre Stevenson. Deadpool, thoughts on the Bears DC resigning? Oh, man, the Bears are a mess. The Bears are a mess. And if I have 2 seconds for a rant, it is so fitting that the Bears are in absolute purgatory as they play the Kansas City Chiefs. You want to know why? Because they had a chance at Patrick Mahomes. And what did they do? They passed on him. They didn't take him. They took Mitch Trubisky. So, you know what? I guess you got what you deserved on that front, because Patrick Mahomes was right there for Chicago to take him. There was nothing the Kansas City Chiefs could have done. And who did they take instead? Mitch Trubisky. That is Chicago Bears football, baby. That is what that is. Trade Devontae and Gibbs for Bijan. Ooh, there I think that's not... I think you might be giving up too much value, Con Man. It's very close. Bijan's value is kind of hard to predict. I think it's a fair trade, but I think you might be giving up too much. Christian Beltran. Which 3 do I start from these 5? I would start Moss. I would start Najee. I don't love it, but I would start him just because I think there's some value there against the Raiders, and I think I start Ford. But Christian, no, I'd start Kyron Williams. It's Williams, Najee, and Moss, but I hate that. I hate it, Christian. Appreciate you guys supporting the show like you do. If you guys contribute to the show like Cam did, I answer your question right away. Cam, I love Amari Cooper this week as long as he's healthy, Cam. Amari Cooper. Caden, I'd go Pacheco as long as he's healthy. Caden, I'd go Pacheco. Again, those who support the show, we try to find your question and answer it right away. Jay Lopedog, Bears at Chiefs over 47.5. No, Jay Lopedog, the under. Why? Bears won't score enough points. Jay Lopedog, it's the under. Hojo, I'm going to lean towards Hunter Henry, just barely. It's very close. I just think Hunter is such an important part of the Patriots offense now. Julian, start Debo or ETN. Julian, I'll start ETN. It's close, but I'll start ETN. Joe Ross, pick up Collins or Reynolds. I'll go with Collins. I think he's just going to get more opportunities. Loris, I'd go Calvin Ridley. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports. Sam Mancini, I'd go Michael Thomas. Mason, it's very close for me. Between Love and Fields, I might lean towards Fields, actually. I think Love has a brutal matchup against the Saints. So Fields' running ability, we just need to see it. We need to see more of it. Yeager, I'm worried about Eckler. I don't think he's going to play. All signs are pointing in the wrong direction. Enoch. Eno? Either way, trade Garrett Wilson and Pierce for Bijan. Yes. Trade Wilson and Pierce for Bijan Robinson. Yes, do that deal today. User 740, I'd go Pacheco. Just watch his health status. Appreciate all those who contribute. Shah, S-H-A-H. Thanks so much for supporting the show. Mixon and Ridley. I'd rather have Mixon and Ridley. Nathan, I'd go with Mostert. Just barely, Nathan. It's close, but I'll go Mostert just because Jacoby's coming off that concussion. Appreciate you guys supporting the show like you do. Thank you guys so much. Cheese It, thank you so much. Adam Rodriguez, I'm leaning slightly towards Kittle. It's close. Coin flip there. Could go either way. Should I trade Bijan for Jamar Chase? Running back is so valuable. It's so hard to find a good running back. I personally wouldn't do it because I'd rather have the running back in hand. I think that's the one you'd rather have ultimately, but I understand why you may want the brand name. Desroy, Ridley, Flowers, or Godwin. This week, Calvin Ridley just barely over Flowers, but it's close. Falling in sleep. Trade Deshaun Watson, Mostert, and Chase for Allen and Pollard. I'd rather have Deshaun, Mostert, and Chase. I think it's close. If you need the running back upgrade, though, I get it. Debo for Puka. I would do it. Matt, I would start Lockett, Smith, and Ridley. Lockett, Smith, and Ridley. Nico, it's a coin flip for me. If you wanted to go Kittle, I think he's going to get a touchdown. Laporta is going to get more targets. Jay Beansy, I'd go, if Christian Watson is healthy, I'd go with him. TYR. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to make a pick. Weedman. Everett, Hunter. I'd go Gerald Everett. Everett or Pitts. Between those two. Everett or Pitts. Gabriel Gonzalez. I'd go Kenneth Walker. L. I'd rather have Diggs and Miles Sanders. Mike, I'm 2-0 in fantasy due to you and a Bionic Plus sports movement coach. Mike, love it. Mike, keep doing it. Keep working hard. Go get 3. Go get win number 3. Let's go. Drew, this week start 2. Drew, which 2 would I start? I would start Jahmyr Gibbs and I'd start Joe Mixon. Drew, I'd start Mixon and Gibbs. Shoot down. Let's see some of these more questions. Appreciate you guys supporting the show like you do. Oh, we just hit our live goal because you guys are awesome, as always, supporting the show like a bunch of bosses. Thank you guys so much for being here every single day. If you guys haven't done so, you know what I'm going to ask. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you follow Butt Fumble Sports. We're live every single day answering your fantasy questions, your sports betting questions, helping you build a DFS lineup. So make sure you hit that follow button. Brecken, are you doing another draft after this one? Yes, we are. We will do one more draft at least. Conrad, I'd go Dak Prescott this week, just barely. Conrad, it's really close, but I'll go Dak Prescott. What are your thoughts on Chase? Should I do Amon-Ra St. Brown for Chase? I still believe in Jamar Chase. I still believe in him. Griffin, Thomas or DJ Moore? Griffin, I'll lean DJ Moore, but it's close. I missed the joke. I would go with David Njoku. I missed the joke. I'd go David Njoku. Andrew, I'd go Debo. Andrew, I'd go Debo. Kike Rodriguez, I would do that trade. Kike Rodriguez, I'd do that trade. Jackson, I'd go Moss and Williams. Jackson, I'd go Moss and Williams. KK, thoughts on Hunt starting this week? Very little production from him, I expect. Tough defense against the run in the Titans. Splitting touches with Ford. Just coming off literally off the sidelines. So I'm not big on Hunt this week. Not this week. Season long, he might be a good play. Bryce Wade, I would go with Tyler Algier. Oh, sorry, Bryce Wade, which one would I bench? Bryce Wade, I might bench Kyron Williams, actually. It's close between Williams and Harris. I like Algier the most. Cade Otton this week. Zane? Nah, not about Cade Otton. Tyler's boyfriend, Tyler's BF. I traded Lamar and Addison for Kyron and Andrews. I have Geno on my bench. Was that a W? I don't think so. I'd rather have Lamar and Addison. E. Curry 2. I'd rather have James Cook this week. E. Curry 2. I'd rather start Cook this week. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the follow button, everybody. Zach, Davis, Godwin, Tank Dell. Zach, I'd go Godwin. Zach, I'd go Godwin. User 7401, I'd go with Pacheco. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button no matter where you're watching. The platform, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, or Kick. We are live every single day. There will not be one day of 2023 we are not live. So make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're a part of this amazing group of people that watch every day, ask questions, and get some help with their fantasy football team. Val's the GOAT. Hunt or Puka. This week, I'd go Puka. Val's the GOAT. This week, I'd go Puka. King Millo 777. Is Waddle out? I'm worried about the concussion, so I'm not sure, but I'm worried about it. Yep. Jonathan Major. Just traded Javonte, Tutu, Dobbs, and Sutton for ETN. I don't hate the trade, actually. I think you gave up a little bit too much, but running back's so valuable. Nathan Crap. I'd go Mike Williams, and I'm going to lean slightly towards Amari Cooper if he's healthy. Otherwise, it's Zay Flowers. By the way, I do answer questions on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. I usually do a rip of them on TikTok, and then I bounce over to where I restream, where I see YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So sometimes you got to wait a little bit longer on those other platforms, but I do answer your questions. Algier or Hunter Henry? Alejandro Brito, I'd go Algier. Alejandro, I'd go Algier. B-Rob, I'd get rid of a Hollywood Brown. I'd get rid of him. John, Jon, just traded St. Brown for Robinson and Addison. I think it's not a bad deal. User 7401, I'd go with Dak. Cameron, I'd go Cousins this week. I would go with Cousins. Elvis, oh man, very close. I like both of them. I think I'd go McKinnon. Elvis, I think I'm leaning towards McKinnon, but it's close. Ben Carson, official. I would put Ben Carson. I might lean slightly towards Mike Evans. It's very close. But Ben Carson, I lean towards Mike Evans. Just traded Puka for Devontae Adams. What a great trade. If you got Devontae Adams, what a steal. Nate, good trade. Wilson and Henry for Mike Evans. No, you didn't get enough back. Nate. You gave up way too much value, actually. Appreciate all of you guys for contributing to the show. Make sure that you hit that follow button. Make sure you're a follower. Make sure you're a part of this Butt Fumble Sports community. I got to make another pick in this league. Just did. Alex Crick. I'd go Zay Flowers. How do I feel about Breece Hall? I think he's going to get more touches this week. I think he's going to be more valuable this week. Even with the Patriots focused on stopping him, I still think he can maybe get you 6-7 fantasy points. That's without getting in the end zone. So I do think he has a bit of a bounce back game. I'm not as crazy about him as I could have been, just because really they should be using him a whole lot more. Like, who else do they have? But that's where I kind of come out on that one. Appreciate you guys being with us every single day. If you have fantasy football questions, fire away. We're here to answer all of them. Matt, I'd go Dotson. B. Bergen, I'd go with the Bills defense, even though I just said Dotson. It's actually, B. Bergen, it's close. I think I'd go with the Bills, but it's very close. Forgive me, got to make a pick right here. Barely positive. Madison, Hall, or Moss, or should I bench? You should. Saquon's not playing, so sit Saquon. Saquon's out. I'd start Moss. Barely positive, I'd start Moss. Dylan, I'd go with Jones or Pacheco. It's about who's healthy. If Jones is healthy, I'd play him. Otherwise, Pacheco, who's also on the injury report. Lucas. No, Lucas, you're giving up too much. Oh, you're getting Pierce and Moore? Lucas, if you're getting Pierce and Moore, I do that deal. Travis Johnson, I like Olave and Pickens. Emily, great to have you watching the show. I like Brian Robinson this week. Yep, I like Brian Robinson this week to get a touchdown. Gabe, I'd go with Etienne. I'd rather have Etienne. John, I'd rather have Tyreek. John D, good trade. Cam, I'd start Jalen Warren this week. Jalen Warren over Ford, I think. Locks a day. No, I wouldn't make that deal. Not getting enough value. Chance, Pollard, Algier, and Pittman for Lamb, Walker, and Wilson. Chance, I'd rather have Lamb, Walker, and Wilson. Mitch Trubisky, greatest QB ever. Okay. I'd start Joshua Kelly, I think. It's very close. Robert, I'm going to start Kirk because Waddle's hurt. Jonathan Major, thank you for contributing. Jonathan Major, let me go find your question. Jonathan Major, you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you ask your question. I'm here to answer it. You contributed to the show. I want to make sure you're feeling the love. So, Jonathan Major, fire away with your question. I'll make sure I see it on YouTube and answer it right away. Thanks so much for contributing. Finn Smith, I'd go Addison. Michael, I'd go Mike Evans. Michael Vanny, I'd go Mike Evans. Jonathan Major, I traded Javonte. Hold on, I have to make a pick really quick for this league, and then I'm going to get to your question right away. Okay. Ready to answer that question of yours. Thanks for being patient, Jonathan. Jonathan just traded Javonte, Tutu, Dobbs, and Sutton for ETN. Jonathan, you gave up a little bit too much, I think, but I actually don't have a big problem with it because if you needed the running back, which you do with Saquon out, ETN is a nice pick. You're a little overloaded on the Jacksonville offense because you already have Ridley, but passing game, running game, not too much conflict there. Jonathan Major, I like the deal. I know you gave up too much, but if you needed the running back upgrade, it actually was worth it. Jacob back, I'd go Mike Williams. Abdonius Prime, I'd go Purdy. Abdonius Prime, I'd go Purdy. Sean Prisk, I'd go St. Brown if he's healthy. Otherwise, Addison's a great substitute. Marshall Hawks, I'd go Trevor Lawrence. Marshall Hawks, I'd go Lawrence over Danny Dimes. Danny Ant, I'd go Hunter Henry. I'd go Hunter Henry. King Milo, follow Jonathan Major's example. I'll always answer the questions of those that contribute. Mac, I'm going to go with Godwin. I like both of them enough, but Godwin would be a wide receiver 2 for me. Collins would be a flex. User 977, great question. I'm going to lean slightly towards Rashee Rice. Matthew Ryan, I think that is a good idea. Appreciate all of those who are with us every single day. If you have not done so already, hit that follow button. We are live every day answering your questions. David, thanks so much for supporting the show. I want to find your question, David, so write it in the comment section. I want to make sure I find it. Barely positive, I would go Ford. Joshua, I lean slightly towards Pacheco. Barely, Joshua. It is so close. I really like both of them, but I'm going to lean slightly in that direction. Very, very close, though. Wow. I mean, yeah, I don't know if it gets much closer, to be honest. So grateful for the support you guys are showing us. Make sure you follow us every single day. Play who? User 4230, I'd play Lawrence. 4230, I'd play Lawrence. David, thanks for supporting the show. Waller for Pickens, I have Laporta already. Okay, like it, David. David, thanks for the explanation. Like the trade. I actually think that is a good deal. Thanks, David, for the support. Brennan Garcia. Thoughts on Ford? Good pickup season long. Not a good play this week. Really tough matchup this week. Don't like it this week. Guys, we are almost ready to start another fantasy league. This might be the last one of the night. We will see. We'll see how I'm feeling after we do it. Make sure that you guys DM us on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. We are starting another league for you guys. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Make sure you DM us right now. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'm going to share a link with you guys. For everyone who DMs me, I will share a link. That way you guys can get in on this draft. Again, $250 prize pool. $0 buy-in. Right, it's a free entry. $0 buy-in. $250 prize pool. If you guys want to be a part of this league, just DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I'm giving out that link now, everybody. Giving out that link now. Make sure that you hit us up. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. If you missed out on previous leagues, I just sent you one. I just sent you a link. DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports. Once we fill up the league, we will draft, and I will continue answering fantasy football and betting questions. All you have to do is DM me on Instagram to get the link. Again, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. We've already gotten half of the league filled. 5 spots signed up, 5 spots to go. Just DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports. Once you do that, we will share a link with you guys. Again, I'll get back to answering your fantasy questions in 1 minute. Just filling up this fantasy league. Again, I'm only giving out the league on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. So if you're DMing me on TikTok, no bueno. Doesn't do anything. I can't because I'm on the live, so I can't go check out the DMs. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, everybody. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. If you guys haven't been a part of a league yet, I'm going to try and prioritize you guys. So like Peter Alexander, who's been a very loyal viewer of the show, you're going to get a link in 1 second. I just got to recapture that link. Recopy it. Again, trying to focus on those who haven't gotten in a league yet. So if you're new, if you haven't DM'd me yet, good opportunity to do so. But you're running out of time, running out of spots. We have 5 spots left, everybody. Parker Lewis. Oh, you're answering questions for me. Avi, I'm leaning towards Godwin. I think just slightly. That Eagles secondary has looked very vulnerable. I like Brian Robinson. It's very close between the two. Matthew Lester, I'd go Christian Kirk. Jason, I'd go... Jason, you're giving up too much. Jason, you're giving up too much. Etienne, Walker, Mostert, Kyron Williams, and Waddle start 2 and a flex. Well, if Waddle is healthy, I'd play him. Otherwise, Etienne, Walker, and Mostert. If Waddle's healthy, he's there. Otherwise, Etienne, Walker, and Mostert. If you guys want to be a part of this fantasy football league, just DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. The moment we fill up the league, we will draft. So, if you guys want to be a part of it, make sure you DM us on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram right now. 5 spots left, everybody. 5 spots left. Jake, pick one. Jake, I'm going to lean slightly towards DJ Moore, I think, just barely over Michael Thomas and Brian Robinson. Jake, I know it's counterintuitive, but I think that he could have a bounce-back week. He did okay last week. It could have been a little bit better, but if you guys want to be a part of this $250 prize pool, $0 buy-in. Again, $250 prize pool, $0 buy-in. Make sure that you hit me up on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Hit me up right now. Your opportunity to be a part of a league. $250 prize pool. Zin or Goddard for Hurts. Volcano, I drop P. Ryan. Kellen O'Brien. Swift and Olave for Jacobs and McLaurin. I'd rather have Swift and Olave, believe it or not, I think. Jake, I sent you a link. Hopefully that you were able to join. James Molina, guess what you're getting, James? A link to the draft. Make sure you join. Butt Fumble Sports is doing one more league tonight. Brett, pick Stafford or Jones or Russell Wilson. Brett, I'd go with Matthew Stafford, believe it or not. He's showing me enough. I'd go with Matthew Stafford. Flinder 3, I wouldn't do the deal. Flinder 3, I wouldn't do the deal. Marco. Marco, you jumped on me. Oh, thanks so much, guys, for helping me hit my live goal. You guys are the best. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. So grateful for the support that you guys show me every single day. You guys are awesome. Again, we have... this league is filled. This league is filled, everybody. So, we are ready to draft. I'm going to organize 30 seconds per pick. We will randomize the draft order. Randomized. There you guys see it. And we're going to start this draft right away, folks. So even though it says 6:25, I'm going to start this draft immediately. We are starting this draft right now, everybody. And we are off. There you go. If you missed out on this league, don't worry. We will do more of them tomorrow. I might do more tonight. We'll see. Dylan Thompson, I'd go Goff. Dylan Thompson, I'd go Goff. Jordan Winter. I'm going to go with Moss. Jordan Winter, I'll go Moss. Shabut Abat, I'd go Ridley. Maxwell Washer, I'd go Sutton. I would start London. User 7418, I would start London. Michael Burkholder, I'd go Ridley. Cal, I'd go Algier. I'd go with Algier. Mad Marv, if Waddle is injured, should I start Godwin, Williams, or Miller? Mad Marv, I'd go with Mike Williams. Who's better, Puka or Olave? I'm going to lean towards Olave just barely. It's close, though. Appreciate all of those being with us. Make sure that you're hitting that follow button. If you're watching right now, we have 148 viewers just on TikTok alone. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, like King Milo, Esron Kiki, Chris Dixon, make sure that you hit that follow button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports. King Milo, is Ford going to play over Hunt? Yes. And who should I flex? King Milo, I'd flex Flowers. I'd flex Flowers. Esron Kiki, would you trade James Conner for Pittman? Yes, I would. I'd rather have Pittman. Yes, I would. CL587. I'd go with, I lean towards Ayuk. I know he's a little banged up. I'm a little worried about that, but for the most part, I feel good about that. So I'm going to go in that direction. Peter Alexander, I'll go Najee. Don't feel great about it, but I'll go Najee. Coco, so sorry. We will do other fantasy leagues, so there's still time. There's still time. Just DM me on Instagram, Coco. Start Collins, Addison, or Moss. Jay, I'd go with Addison. Nina, great to see you. I'd go with Mike Williams, Nina. It's close. I like both, but I'll go Mike Williams. Mate and Keelam? Mateen and Keelam? Sorry, I'm probably butchering it. I'd go Kenneth Walker over Miles Sanders. Walker over Sanders. Owen, I'd go with Drake London. I'd rather have London and Javonte. Owen, I wouldn't make that trade. Melvin, don't do it. Barely positive. Should I start someone other than Kittle? No, I think Kittle's a good start this week. John Mignon, I'd go Addison. I'd go Addison. Give up on D-Hop. Mutta Asso. I didn't like D-Hop from the start of the season. I don't like him now. Anonymous 625. I'd rather have Williams and Eckler because J.K. Dobbins is out. J.K. Dobbins is injured. I'd rather have Eckler and Williams. I know you're trading them. I'd still rather have Eckler and Williams. Dare I fax 2? Would you trade Davis and Hill for Breece Hall? No. Dare I fax? No. Tyler Cummings. Edwards or Sanders this week? I lean towards Edwards maybe slightly. Doug Vick. I'd go A.J. Brown. Are they both top 10? Yes, but they might not have top 10 quarterbacks throwing to them in the case of Devontae Adams. Amy Long, I'd go Mark Andrews. By the way, love that we have so many female viewers. I love that there are so many women who watch our show. I love all sports fans. I don't care if you're a guy, a girl, and in between. I just love talking sports with all of you. So great to have you a part of the community. Make sure you hit the follow button. And again, I don't care what your race is, what your sex is, and most importantly, what your level of fantasy football or sports betting knowledge is. If you need help with your sports bets, your fantasy football team, or just learning a little bit more about sports, that's why I'm here. I don't care if you're an expert. I don't care if you're a rookie. I don't care your level of knowledge. I'm here to educate you, help you out, answer your questions. Always feel comfortable. This is a safe space. I'm not for bullying. I might joke around a little, but always feel comfortable asking questions. Alti, pick 3 to start. Alti, I'd go Flowers, Addison, and Pickens. Alti, there you go. Thoughts on Kelly? Hope he has a good game in the receiving game because he's got another tough matchup against a team that's better against the run than the pass. But in the receiving game, Kelly might benefit. Yosh, I'd go Brock Purdy. Purdy over Burrow. A couple of you guys have asked me that. Joe Burrow's injured. I'm not sure if he's even going to start, and I love Brock Purdy. So that would definitely be the play for me. FF. Cam Akers to the Vikings. I have Madison. What should I do? Did Cam Akers go to the Vikings? Waiting on that news. Yep. That's a great pickup. I love Cam Akers. I don't like him this week. He's got a tough matchup against the Los Angeles Chargers. That said, love the opportunity. Cam Akers is a good pickup again. Cam Akers is worth owning. He is a better option than Madison in the Vikings run game. Lockett, Mixon for Addison and Etienne. John Ree, that value just changed dramatically when it came to Madison. I'm telling you, I'd rather have Lockett, Mixon right now. Madison's value just plummeted. T. Higgins or Najee. Smitty, I'll go Higgins. If Joe Burrow doesn't play, that's my only concern. Brandon Nichols. Bench one, I would bench Garrett Wilson. I think I'd bench Garrett Wilson. He's got a tough matchup against the Patriots. User, I'd go with Lockett. Darn it. User, I'd go with Lockett. Someone just took the player I was going to draft. That's how it goes. I was going to draft Jalen Hurts. Whoever was drafting right in front of me, well done. Well done. You did a good job. Agix, A-G-I-X. I go with, I think I lean towards Kyron this week, but it's close. C.J. Haley. What three do I start? Metcalf, Addison, London. C.J. Haley. Metcalf, Addison, London. They would be the three. Sebs, I'd go with Lockett. Sebs, I'd go with Lockett. HD, trademarked. I'd go Trevor Lawrence. HDTM, I'd go Trevor Lawrence. Jean the Cook. I'd go Mike Williams. I really like both of them, but I'll go Mike Williams. Garrett Wilson for Calvin Ridley and Debo. Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. Geno Smith or Stafford. Lane Johnson, I'm going to lean slightly towards Geno, but it's close. C.J. Miller, 12-man. Herbert, Najee, Walker, Robinson, Justin Jefferson, Devontae, and Lockett. Really like the team. B-plus team. David, I'd go Christian Kirk. David, I'd go Kirk over Rice. Christian Kirk. Time to drop OBJ. I'd probably stash him on my bench unless you really need to pick up like a running back and you don't have enough spots. B such 10. I'm leaning towards Stafford just based off of injuries. Alex, I'm worried about it. I do like Ayuk, but given the short week, maybe you want to hold off if there's someone better on your bench. Michael Burkholder, I'd go Njoku. Oscar Vasquez, I'd go with, I'd rather have Pollard. Oscar Vasquez, I'd rather have Pollard. Sound Off Sports, I have Trevor Lawrence and Etienne. Trade them for Herbert and Olave. Sound Off Sports immediately. Right now, Herbert and Olave are much better. Savio S, as much as I like Addison, it's close. Between Addison and Flowers, it's a real toss-up. Very, very close. Very, very close. I'll lean towards Flowers, I think, but it's very close. I like them both. Sherm, I'd go with Michael Thomas. CL587, I'd go Christian Kirk. CL587, I'd go Christian Kirk. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the show, watching every single day. Hope you guys are getting some good answers. Hope you guys are learning a lot. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. If you like the content, hit the follow button. Madison for Akers, yes. Cameron, do that deal right now. They probably don't know about the deal yet. Get Cam Akers. Cam Akers is worth getting right now. How do I feel about Jameson Williams? I think he's worth a stash. Maybe not this week, but maybe 2 weeks from now, 1 week from now. I wouldn't stash him just yet, though. It's Preston. It's Presto on kick. Jerome Ford's going to be a good season-long option. Not crazy about him this week. Derek Hill. I'd rather have Addison and Moore. Derek Hill, 441. I'd rather have Addison and Moore. Andre, TMC. Should I trade away Walker and D-Hop for Kelsey? Yes. Andre, TMC. I absolutely endorse that deal. Ben, Lawrence, and Williams. Ben, do that trade. Ben, do that trade right away. Do that trade right now. Right now. Sager Sheth. I'd go Drake London this week. Alex Larson, you are killing me, dog. Alex Larson, you have gotten 2 players now. 3 players. You have gotten 3 players that I was going to draft right in front of me. You are killing me, dog. Killing me. But that's fantasy, folks. That's how it goes. Answering some questions now from Twitch. Would you trade Ayuk for Gibbs? Yes, I would. Which two should I start? I would start D. Swift, and I'd start Pierce. Swift and Pierce this week. Mendez, 4545. Burrow and Richardson will be out this week. What should I do? Is Jared Goff available? Is Desmond Ridder? Maybe he's worth it. Maybe. Might be considered. Do I trade Diggs and Zay Flowers for Kelly, London, and James Conner? Marco, no. I'd rather have Diggs and Zay Flowers. Marco, no. Jaden, I'd rather have Pittman this week. Pittman would be who I play. Is Derrick Henry hurt? I haven't heard that. I need to check. Colin, I'd rather start Jerome Ford over Hunt. Cryptic, I'd start Stevenson. Let's get back to answering some questions on TikTok. Is Mark Andrews back to being a top 2 tight end? It's close, but top 3 maybe, top 4, but he's certainly not that bad. Parker Luis, should I trade Brown for Nakua and Ford? No. Parker, absolutely not. Jake, should I trade Jahmyr Gibbs for Kyron? No. I'd rather have Jahmyr Gibbs. C3, Bath. S3, trade away Eckler. I wouldn't trade Eckler. Zach Moss or Javonte Williams? Zach Moss. Zach Moss would be the play. Chase Holdsman. I lean slightly towards Hunter Henry, but it's close. Hunter Henry probably has more trade value. That's why I say that. Nico Collins or Lockett? J-Rod, I'd go Lockett. J-Rod, I'd go Lockett. Rod, do you think McCaffrey is going to rush for over 90? Probably not. I don't think he gets to 90. I do think he gets you a touchdown. Cam Akers for to the Vikings. What value does he have? Joshua, we just saw it. His value shoots up. Cam Akers now has great value. Pick him up on the waiver wire, folks. Cam Akers now has tremendous value. Bon, should I start Swift or Stevenson? I'm going to lean slightly towards Swift. I think it's very close, though. I might go back and forth on that one. Admir, I'd go Patriots. Admir, I'd go Patriots. Evan, I would go with Miles. Evan, I'd go Miles Sanders. C, I'd go Josh Kelly. Anthony, I'd go Mike Williams and Swift. Mike Williams and Swift. Mendez, I'd go with Moss. Chase Holdsman, I wouldn't do either one. I wouldn't give up on Flowers or Williams. Parker, I'm going to lean towards Najee. I don't feel good about it, but I'm going to lean in that direction. User 31, I like both Metcalf and Addison this week. I like them both. Young Star, any MLB picks? Let's say this. Oh, okay, we've hit 15,000 likes. We're going to give out 3 MLB picks right now, everybody. Oh, I got to focus on my draft. I just accidentally drafted DeAndre Hopkins, which is a mistake. Forgot I was drafting. Huge mistake. Didn't mean to do that. So I got to do some work right now. Let's see if Alex Larson takes the player I want again. Alex Larson, I dare you to do it again. Do it again, Alex Larson. Good, you didn't. Okay, going to give away a couple of picks right now. Couple of picks. If you want all of my bets every single day, just download the SHARPZ app or DM me on Instagram. Buttfumble Sports on Instagram. I like the Dodgers on the money line. Obvious bet? Sure. But I still like them on the money line. I also like the Cardinals to cover. Cardinals plus 1.5, but I'm also going to take the Brewers on the money line. Cardinals plus 1.5, Brewers on the money line. I'll give out another bet that I like. I'm going to take the Cubs on the money line, but I'll take the Pirates plus 1.5. Very close on that. There are a couple plays for you guys. Let's check fantasy. Okay, we're good. Here's some more picks. If you guys want all of my bets every day, just DM me on Instagram. Braden, I'd go with Addison and Kirk. Here's some bets for you guys. DM me on Instagram if you want all of my bets every single day. Buttfumble Sports, we give out all of our picks every day on SHARPZ. By the way, we will give out one of our favorite bets of the day. The SHARPZ plays of the day are up here right now. Again, we have some exclusive plays, though, on SHARPZ. If you want those plays, DM me on Instagram. Love getting Cam Akers right now, guys. Go get Cam Akers. I would absolutely go get him. I think he's got good upside value, so Cam Akers is worth picking up right now, folks. He is worth picking up. Appreciate all those who are watching the show. If you guys haven't yet, no matter the platform, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, hit that follow button. Colin, I probably like Jerome Ford a little bit more this week. Young Star, we did well on our picks yesterday. Yeah, we're not giving away all of our picks. They're up on the SHARPZ app. We do well on our sports betting picks pretty well. Young Star, you got some examples there. Love it. Okay, I've got to go make a pick right now for this fantasy league. I don't have a tight end yet. I'll go Kyle Pitts. Make sure you guys are DMing me on Instagram if you want to get my picks. Butt Fumble Sports, we put out our bets every single day. They're up on the SHARPZ app every day. Kyle is hitting that like button and hitting those gifts like a crazy person. So we've got to make sure we help him out with his fantasy football. Brian, they gave up on Madison. Yep. Well, Madison just doesn't have enough talent. Barely positive. Worth picking up? Yep. Get him right now, everybody. Get Cam Akers right now. He's got good value. If you guys haven't... Oh, no. Don't worry. I'm going to fix this. Boom. Resume. If you guys haven't done so already, hit the follow button. Really appreciate those who watch the show every day. Really appreciate those who become a follower, become a subscriber. We're live every single day. And this is my own company. I own Butt Fumble Sports. I created a sports content company because I love talking sports with you guys. So if you want to support the company, you want to support the show, make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you subscribe today. Do I play Jamar Chase? I would, but obviously you're still waiting to see if Burrow's healthy. Is Hunter Henry a top 5 tight end this year? He's looking like he is. Bill O'Brien helping him out a lot in the play calling. Andrew, I'd rather have CeeDee Lamb. I'm not giving up on CeeDee Lamb. Andrew, I'd rather have Lamb and Pittman. Jacob traded Amon-Ra St. Brown, Pacheco for Ridley, Raheem Mostert, and Thomas. I like the trade. Like the trade. Think it's a good one. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit the follow button. We're live every single day, folks. Rocky. Oh, you jumped on me, Rocky. Sorry. Hojo, I'd go Algier. Hojo, I'd go Algier. Tolls, I like that trade. Tolls, I like the trade. Yedir. I'd rather have Lamb and Lockett, I think, unless I really want the running back. Lamb and Lockett have more value. Lamb and Lockett have way more value, so I prefer that side of the deal. Appreciate you guys contributing to the show as frequently as you are. You guys are absolutely awesome. Answering a couple questions from YouTube, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Akers or Ford answered that. Should I get Akers or drop Montgomery? No. I'd rather have Montgomery than Akers. I wouldn't do that. Think Bellinger gets a hit? Yes, I do. Cody Bellinger getting a hit? Yes, I do. Trade Reynolds, Edwards, and Dell for Olave. Alex, I like that trade. Alex, I do like the trade, actually. May seem like you're giving up a lot, but I like the trade, Alex. Good idea. Alex Crick. Justin Lane, I'd rather have Cam Akers, believe it or not. Justin Lane, I'd rather have Cam Akers. I am very lethal. I'd rather have Higgins, Mixon, and Montgomery. Higgins, Mixon, and Montgomery. I'm very lethal. Oscar Vasquez. I'd rather have Amari Cooper and JT. Oscar Vasquez, Cooper and JT. Akshar Patel, Cam Akers. Akshar Patel, Cam Akers. Christian Beltran. Hold on, I need to make a pick. Jake, I'm trading CD and Connor for Bijan and Gibbs. Okay, I like it. Jake. Hill or Jefferson? I'll go with Jefferson. Cade Ball. Should I trade Pickens for Addison and Roshan? I would. I think Addison could outscore Pickens this year, believe it or not. Walker or Williams. I don't know which Williams. Is it Mike Williams? I'd rather have Mike Williams starting this week. Zeke. Collins for Hall. I'm okay with it, Zeke, if you did it. Debo for Eckler. I'd rather have Eckler. I'd rather have Austin Eckler. I think Cam Akers could be really good, actually, with the Minnesota Vikings. Bring some speed and talent to that running game. Conman. I'd rather have Bijan and Mike Williams. Bijan and Mike Williams. Akers just got traded. We know. Doesn't impact Addison's value at all. Addison's value is just as high. Not at all. Doesn't impact the value at all. I think you're still in a good spot if you have Jordan Addison. I'm not worried about it. Appreciate you guys joining us. If you have not done so, hit that follow button. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're a part of this community. We're live every day. By the way, we do pregame shows on Thursday, Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. We do 3-hour pregame shows. So if you guys want to join us prior to the game starting, you know we're going to be live. All you have to do is hit the follow button, folks. Hit the follow button. Every time that you guys hit the follow button, you get notified when we're live. You never miss a show. You also see the video content we put out. Like we have college football picks I'll be putting out on TikTok, YouTube, and on Instagram later tonight. Brennan, thanks so much for the confetti. I love the confetti. It's one of my favorites. Trading Hall for Puka. Not terrible. Not great either. Kev Bears, I'd rather go with Swift. Hojo, I'd go with Algier. Retro, it's a coin flip for me. I can go either direction. I lean towards Henry, just barely. Dylan, I would go with Miles Sanders. What can I get for Jamal? You're not going to get a lot. If you package them together, you might get a little bit of something, but not much. You might be upgraded a little bit, but I'm not crazy about it. Bradley, Rashard White, and Williams for JT and Hall. Yeah, I like the deal. Bradley, I'd do it. N-Train 81. I'd rather have Kyron Williams, I think. Mr. Hunter, give up Bijan for Cook and Jones. Mr. Hunter, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Glee, I would start Tony Jones, believe it or not. Glee, I think I might start Tony Jones. Busta GM 12. I'd rather have Tua and Etienne. Busta GM 12. Buying with I'd rather have Pollard. That's a good trade. I'd do Pollard. I'd take him. Patrick, Moore, London, or Lockett. Keep 2. Patrick, I'd keep London and Lockett. London and Lockett. Frankie, I'd rather start Aaron Jones as long as he's healthy. Would you drop Kelly or Musgrave for Akers now? I drop Kelly. David, I drop Kelly. Jonathan Carpenter W. Trade Olave and Mahomes for Jackson. No. Jonathan, no. Don't do that deal. Anthony, I'd go with Jared Goff. Anthony, I'd go Jared Goff over Russell Wilson. Valero, I'd go with Moss over Ford this week. Kev Bears, I think I lean towards Warren, believe it or not. Dalton Smith 15, I'd go Ford. Frederick 2829, I'd go Gibbs, and I'd go Pierce. Frederick 2829, I'd go Gibbs and Pierce. Mahir, M-I-H-I-R, Mahir. No. Keep Moss. Madison's value just plummeted. Keep Moss. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you're hitting that follow button. That way you never miss our show, folks. We are live every single day. Every single day. Brennan Garcia, hello. Brennan Garcia, am I missing your questions? Brennan Garcia, can you see my trade? If you had just asked it. Brennan Garcia, now I see it. Waddle, Walker, and Evans, and Ford for Eckler and Goddard. Bad deal. I'd rather have Waddle, Walker, Evans, and Ford. Brennan Garcia, I'd rather have Waddle, Walker, Evans, and Ford. Danny, I think I'd rather have Kareem Hunt. Not now, but long term. I think this week Kelly's the better play. Kyle, I'd rather have Robinson and Collins, believe it or not. Coldy, I'd go Debo. Brennan, I checked your trade. Colin, I'd rather go with Jacobs and Pittman by a mile. Buying Biondo, if you need a running back, it's a good deal. Quesno, I'd go Swift. Jonathan, it's really close. I like Herbert and Hurts this week. I love them both. I'd probably go Hurts, but it's very close. Two of my favorites. Forgive me. I had the hiccups. Two of my favorite quarterbacks this week are Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert. Final few minutes of the show, everybody. Final few minutes of the show. We have been live for 2 hours. We are live every single day for multiple hours. So make sure you guys hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, hit that follow button as well. Javier, should I do Bijan, Walker, Addison, and Metcalf? No. Javier, I wouldn't do that deal. Got to draft a kicker. Trade Reynolds and Edwards for Alex Crick. Yes, I would. Colin. Yes, I would. Colin Maffey. Yes, I would. Brandon. Brennan, I wouldn't do the trade. Brennan Garcia, I wouldn't do the trade. Brandon, I'd rather start Kirk Cousins this week, believe it or not. Trade Lamb for Evans and Thomas. Yes. G. Mesa, I'd rather have Evans and Thomas. Topher. Give up Etienne and Laporta for Kyron. No. Topher, bad deal. Topher 1. I'd rather have Etienne and Laporta, believe it or not. David Doles, I'd go with Pickett this week. Brennan Garcia, I wouldn't do that trade. Zach, I'd go with Pickens over Reynolds. Believe it or not. Appreciate all of you guys being with us every single day. So grateful for the support you guys show us. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. We are live every single day. The Real Slur, I'd rather have London and Flowers. The Real Slur, I'd rather have London and Flowers. Javier, I'd rather have Bijan, Waller, Addison, and Metcalf. I'd rather have them. Colin, yes you can. Brandon, pick 2. Jacobs, Ford, Williams, also have Gibbs. Well, I certainly like Gibbs. I like Jacobs. I think I like Kyron Williams a little more than Ford just for the week. F.S. Milla, I'd go with Richardson if he's healthy. If he's not, it answers your question. Ben, if you can get CeeDee Lamb for Kyron Williams, do it in a heartbeat. Absolutely. Anthony, I'd rather have Eckler and London. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. If you haven't done so already, hit the follow button right now. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're subscribing. We're live every single day on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Final minute of the show, everybody. Make sure you hit the follow button right now. Final minute of the show. We will be live later tonight on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. If you want to watch the show later tonight, make sure you hit the follow button right now. If you're watching on Twitch, Kick, or YouTube, make sure you hit the follow button. Sean, I wouldn't do that deal. Young Star, if you want my picks for the day, go over and download the SHARPZ app or DM me on Instagram. Here are our picks, our SHARPZ plays of the day. DM me on Instagram if you want all of my bets every single day. Kev Bears, Ford is the better play long term. Dean, I'd rather have Akers. Anthony, I would trade Puka. User 74, I might go Tutu, believe it or not. David, I'd go Pickett. David, I'd go Fields. Sorry. Intelligent Hamster, I'm going to go with Keenan Allen. Intelligent Hamster, I'll go Allen just barely over Ridley. If you haven't done so, hit the follow button, everybody. We're live every day answering all of your fantasy football questions, sports betting questions, DFS questions. Make sure you hit the follow button. I will be live later tonight. I will be live later tonight on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're a part of the best community on social media. I am live every day. That is a promise. I am live every single day of 2023. There will not be a day I'm not live. So if you're worried that I didn't answer your question during today's show, if you're worried that I'm not going to be live all the time, I am live every day. You will never miss anything. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're a part of the Butt Fumble Sports community. If you want to get all of my plays, all of my picks every single day, DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. I will share all of my bets with you via the SHARPZ app. SHARPZ is a social media app, so you can tail all of my bets, see every pick that I like. You can literally connect your sportsbook, hit the whale's tail, and literally it takes you right to your sportsbook. So if you're like, oh, Butt Fumble Sports likes Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown on Thursday, which I do, you can literally hit my bet, takes you right to your sportsbook, and you can bet it. So you can follow all the bets that you like of mine and not bet any of the ones you don't. That's on the SHARPZ app. DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram if you want all of those bets. Make sure you guys are following us. Make sure you follow us. We're live every day. We are live on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick every day. I will be live later tonight. I'm going to stop the show now. I'm going to go eat some dinner. I will be live later tonight. So if you want more of our content, if you want more of our show, make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you hit the follow button. I'm going to go eat dinner just so I can get something in the stomach. I'm going to eat dinner and then I will be back live. So make sure you hit that follow button, everybody. Make sure you're following Butt Fumble Sports because I will be live later tonight on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So if you love the content, you love the conversation, don't worry, we are live every single day and we will be live later tonight. So if you want more of the content, no worries, no troubles, Bubbles, hit that follow button and we will be live later tonight. I love Jahmyr Gibbs today, this week. Brennan, I really like Jahmyr Gibbs. You're really good. I like Jahmyr Gibbs. Love Cam Akers, love the trade. Think there's absolute value in picking him up now. Guys, I will be live later tonight. So if you're watching on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, or Kick, I will be back live. Last opportunity. Hit the follow button right now. Make sure you're following. That way you don't miss it when I come on live later. I've been live for 2 hours. I will be live later tonight. If you want your fantasy questions answered, your sports betting questions, I will be live later tonight on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. You will not miss a thing. So hit the follow button. Make sure you're following us, and I will see you guys later tonight as I go eat some dinner. Probably pizza, J-Lope. I'm feeling a little New York slice. So with that said, which for all those Office fans means Sparrows, for all of those who are enjoying the show, for all of those who watch every day, thank you so much for supporting us. We will be live later tonight, so hit the follow button. That way you don't miss our show later tonight. I will be live in probably 2 or 3 hours. So hit the follow button. Make sure you're subscribing, and I will be live later tonight. Until then, I hope you stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you in 2 or 3 hours. Make sure you're following us. I will be live in 2 or 3 hours across all of our platforms. You're not going to miss a thing. I will be back. So make sure you follow. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Goodbye, everybody. Really? Nice.